Good morning, boys. This is our fourth video number 4, states of matter. Now see, we are going to start this today's video with the example of a problem, numerical problem. Here it's the problem at 0 degree centigrade, the density of a gas at 2 bar pressure is same as that of nitrogen gas at 5 bar. Find the molar mass of the gas. As you know that density D equals to PV equals to N at T. PV equals to N at T. From that formula we have derived this that P equals to D at T by dRT by M. P equals to D at T by M, this formula in the last class you have seen it. Pressure is directly proportional to the density of the gas at a given temperature. Remember, pressure is directly proportional to the density of the gas at a given temperature. Now here it is given at 0 degree centigrade, that means temperature is also kept constant for both the cases. Therefore, we can write that density of the gas equals to P into M by R into T. This is equal to pressure is 2 into M, molar mass of the gas. This is molar mass of the gas by R into T. Now this density is same as that of the density of nitrogen. Density of nitrogen equals to at 5 bar pressure 5 into nitrogen. Nitrogen molar mass of nitrogen is 28. As you know that molar mass of nitrogen is equal to 28 gram per mole. This you know, divided by R into T. Therefore, according to question, these two things are equal. Therefore, this equal to this, you can write. So, 2 into molar mass of the gas by R into T. This is equal to 5 into 28 by R into T. We are not putting the value of temperature here because both the densities are told here at 0 degree centigrade. Therefore, molar mass of the gas, this is equal to 5 into 28 by 2. RT cancel. This is equal to 70 gram per mole. So this is a problem just shown before you to solve. How to solve the problems? You will have a lot of problems in your book. You will try as much as possible from there. Okay. Now today we are going to two important laws, Dalton's law of partial pressure and Graham's law of diffusion. So see it here, Dalton's law of partial pressure. First you see what does it state, Dalton's law of partial pressure, and then we will see Graham's law of diffusion. These are two important laws relating to the gaseous state. So let us discuss first Dalton's law of partial pressure. Dalton's law of partial pressures. Here it is for a mixture of gases. The law states that the total pressure exerted by a mixture of non-reacting gases. Remember here, the gases should not react with each other. For example, we cannot take carbon monoxide and chlorine. If you take carbon monoxide and chlorine, they will react to form phosgene, a new gas. So in that case, Dalton's law can't be applied. Therefore, mixture of non-reacting gases is equal to the sum of their partial pressures, partial pressure at constant temperature and volume. Volume should not be changed, temperature should be changed. Let us take an example. Suppose there is a mixture of three gases in a cylinder. This volume is V and temperature is T. So at temperature T, volume is V. There are three gases. The gases are A, B and C, A, B and C, and the number of moles of A, suppose it is Na, number of moles of B, NB, and number of moles of C, NC. So see, there are three gases here. It can be two, it can be more than two gases. So Na is the number of moles of the gas A, Nb is the number of moles of the gas B, and Nc is the number of moles of the gas C. And they are exerting a pressure. That pressure is denoted by Pt. So Pt is the total pressure. Remember it, because there are three gases, and that's why the pressure exerted by these three gases is denoted by Pt, means total pressure. Now, according to Dalton's law, Pt equals to the total pressure equals to sum of their partial pressures. Sum of their partial pressures. So, partial pressures of the gas A, Pa, plus partial pressure of the gas Pb, partial pressure of the gas Pc. So, this is the Dalton's law. At a given temperature and constant volume, the total pressure is equal to the sum of the individual pressures. Sum of the individual pressures. These individual pressures are known as partial pressure. Now, you can apply PV equals to nRT ideal gas equation for these three gases. Therefore, you see partial pressure of the gas A, the pressure exerted by gas A equals to Na into RT by V. Because temperature is constant, volume is constant, only the number of moles are different. So, pressure exerted by A, gas A, the individual pressure, or you can say partial pressure, this is equal to Na into RT by V. Similarly, partial pressure of B is equal to Nb into RT by V. Similarly, you can write for Pc. Now see, if you write it here in place of Pa, Pb, Pc, these values, so Na, RT by V, RT by V, RT by V will be common. Therefore, you will get Na plus Nb plus Nc into RT by V. Try to understand it. You play the value of Pa equals to Na into RT by V, Pv equals to Nb into RT by V, Pc equals to Nc into RT by V. So, if you take RT by V as common, you will get Na plus Nb plus Nc. This is equal to total pressure, P total. Now, you know that this is P total and this is the partial pressure of a gas. So, if you divide this by this, Pa by Pt, partial pressure of gas A by total pressure exerted by the mixture, Pa divided by Pt, if you do it, then you will get Na by Na plus Nb plus Nc, Na plus Nb plus Nc, because you know that this one RT by V and RT by V will be cancelled. If you divide this by this, you will get this. Therefore, this quantity stands for mole fraction of the gas A. Therefore, you can write Pa by Pt equals to mole fraction of gas A. That means, in other word, you can say the partial pressure of each gas, is the product of its mole fraction and total pressure. So, you can say from Dalton's law, the partial pressure of each gas can be written as the product of the total pressure and its mole fraction. Similarly, you can write for gas B, Pb equals to Xb into Pt, Pc equals to Xc into Pt, like this. This is the result of Dalton's law of partial pressure. What I am telling? I am telling that partial pressure of each gas is the product of its mole fraction and total pressure. Remember it. Partial pressure of each gas is the product of its mole fraction and total pressure. So this we come to know, this is our conclusion from Dalton's law. Dalton's law, what is total pressure, what is partial pressure, you understood. Partial pressure is the pressure exerted by each gas, okay. Therefore, according to Dalton's law, the total pressure will be the sum of the partial pressures of all the gases present in the mixture and a constant volume at constant temperature. Clear? This is known as Dalton's law of partial pressure. Now see, we will take a problem here and solve the problem. How to solve it? Supposing the total pressure is given, you can find the partial pressure without knowing the temperature and pressure, without knowing the temperature and without knowing the volume. For example, look at this problem. The total pressure exerted by 0.16 gram methane and 0.28 gram nitrogen, say it is 0.14 gram nitrogen. So we have a mixture of methane and nitrogen. Their weights are given, 0.16 gram methane and 0.14 gram nitrogen is 1.2 bar at 298 Kelvin temperature. The total pressure exerted by 0.16 gram methane and 0.14 gram nitrogen is 1.2 bar at 298 Kelvin temperature. This is given. Now, what is their partial pressures? You have to find the partial pressure of methane and you have to find the partial pressure of nitrogen. So this is our question, partial pressure of methane you have to find, partial pressure of nitrogen you have to find. How to do? Let us write the Dalton's law of partial pressure. According to Dalton's law of partial pressure, we know that partial pressure of each gas is equal to its mole fraction multiplied by total pressure into total pressure. So here total pressure is given. Total pressure is given. You have to find out mole fraction of methane. So first you find out mole fraction of methane. Mole fraction of methane equals to number of moles of methane divided by number of moles of methane plus number of moles of nitrogen, because there are two gases. Number of moles of methane equals to 0.16 by molar mass of methane 16, 0.16 by molar mass of methane 16 plus weight of nitrogen 0.14 by molar mass of nitrogen 28. Therefore, you can write this is equal to 0.01 in the first case, 0.01 plus here it is 0.100, 1 by 200, 1 by 200 means 0.00, 1 by 200, 0.005, okay, yes, 0.005. So this is, if you take the sum, it will be 0.01 by divided by 0.015. So if you remove the decimal, it will be 10 by 10 by 15. 10 by 15, that is equal to 2 by 3. So mole fraction of methane equals to 2 by 3. Finally, we come to know. Therefore, 2 by 3 into total pressure is 1.2. So cancel it. 0.4 into 2, 0.8 bar. So as there are two gases and the partial pressure of methane is 0.8 bar, therefore partial pressure of nitrogen is 1.2 minus 0.8. You can also write in this way. Therefore partial pressure of nitrogen equals to, or you can find its mole fraction. Mole fraction of nitrogen will be 1 by 3 because sum of the mole fraction is unity. The mole fraction of methane is 2 by 3. Therefore mole fraction of nitrogen will be 1 by 3. Mole fraction of nitrogen will be 1 by 3 into P total. Therefore, 1 by 3 into 0.1.2, this is equal to 0.4 bar. So, these are the answers. So, what is the partial pressure of methane? 0.8 bar. What is the partial pressure of nitrogen? 0.4 bar. What is the total pressure? 1.2 bar. So, you can find, in case of two gases, you can find the partial pressure of one gas and you can find the partial pressure of another gas simply by subtracting it from the total pressure. That you can also do. So, this is Dalton's law. There are a lot of problems in your reference book relating to Dalton's law of partial pressure. You will try to solve some of the problems from there. Now, see, another law is Graham's law. Graham's law of diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion is a term, it is a phenomena, diffusion. Graham's law of diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion means intermixing, intermixing of gases. Intermixing of gases are under constant pressure and temperature. This phenomenon is known as diffusion. So, listen it, intermixing of gases under constant pressure and temperature is known as diffusion. That is, another term is effusion. What is effusion? Effusion means leaking out a gas from a region of higher pressure to a region of lower pressure. So, leaking out of a gas, escaping a gas through a very fine hole from higher pressure to lower pressure, this term is known as effusion. Another term is effusion. So, clear it, there are two terms, diffusion and effusion. You must not confuse. Diffusion is intermixing of gases under constant pressure and temperature without the help of an external agency. We should not blow air, we should not disturb it. Without the help of any external agency, that is called diffusion. See, for in a room, if there is an instant stick, अगरबत्ती अगर जलाओगे तो एक कॉर्नर में जलाओगे तो दूसरे कॉर्नर से कुछ देर के बाद आपको स्मेल लगने लगेगा. This is because of the perfume molecules are diffusing in air and reaching to the entire space inside the room. This phenomenon is known as diffusion. And another term is effusion. Effusion means leaking out of a gas through a fine hole from higher pressure to lower pressure. For example, a football bladder, if there is a small hole, if you make it a hole, very fine hole there, the air inside the bladder will leak out, escape out through this hole. This phenomenon is known as effusion. So, effusion, you can say perfumes, deodorants, when you press it, then through a fine hole, the perfume molecules come out in the form of gaseous state. So, this phenomenon is known as effusion. Now, I want to say that this Graham's law is valid for both the processes. The Graham's law is valid for both the phenomenon, diffusion and effusion. What the law states? The law states the rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of density of the gas. The rate of diffusion, what is R? R is the rate of diffusion inversely proportional to what is D? Square root of the density of the gas. As you know, if we talk about vapor density, therefore you can write for two gases you can write gas 1 and gas 2. Gas 2 you can write in this way, R1 by R2, this is equal to root under D2 by D1. So, that means rate of diffusion of the first gas by rate of diffusion of the second gas, equals to root under density of the second gas by density of the first gas. As you know that density and molar mass are related to each other. You know that molar mass equals to 2 into vapor density. Applying this formula you can find out. Therefore, this will be equals to M2 by M1. Molar mass of the first gas by molar mass of the second gas. This can be related in this way. Suppose, let us take an example. Suppose we are talking about two gases, gas methane and gas helium. So, molar mass of methane, molar mass of helium. Molar mass of helium is 4 and molar mass of methane is 16. So, this is equal to 1 by 2. So, see it here, just to understand it, we have taken such values so that you can get exact quantity. So, rate of diffusion of methane and rate of diffusion of helium, this ratio is 1 by 2. That means if you can write rate of diffusion of helium equals to 2 into rate of diffusion of methane. That means what does it mean? That the rate at which methane diffuses, the rate at which helium gas diffuses is twice the rate at which methane diffuses. Methane जिस रेट से डिफ्यूज करेगा, हीलियम गैस उसके डबल रेट से डिफ्यूज करेगा. इसका मतलब है मीथेन जिस रेट से डिफ्यूज करेगा माने इंटरमिक्स करेगा, स्प्रेड करेगा, हीलियम गैस उसका डबल रेट से स्प्रेड करेगा या डिफ्यूज करेगा. Actually, this is directly related to molar mass because you know that methane is a heavier molecule. Therefore, its rate of diffusion will be slower. So, now the question is that what do you mean by rate of diffusion? Rate of diffusion equals to volume of the gas diffused per unit time. This is rate of diffusion. Volume of the gas कितना volume per unit time में diffuse करता है, spread करता है, that is known as rate of diffusion. So, rate of diffusion equals to volume of the gas diffuses per unit time. Therefore, this is known as rate of diffusion. So, you can write here R1 by R2. R1 by R2 equals to what you can say? R1 equals to R1 by R1 equals to V1 by T1 and R2 equals to V2 by T2. V2 by T2. If different volumes of two gases are diffused in different times, then this relation will stand fit for diffusion. R1 equals to V1 by T1, R2 equals to V2 by T2. Different volumes of two gases are diffusing in two different times. If you make the time constant, different volumes of gases are diffusing at same time, then it will be equal to V1 by V2. When time is constant, so what does it mean? That in same time, different volumes of two gases are diffusing. That is, making the time constant, you will get this relation. Making the volume constant, if you take time different, volume same volume of gas, one gas diffusing and same volume of another gas diffusing, okay, in different time. So, time will be different because the gases are different. If you take the volume same, then time will be different. If you take the time same, then volume will be different because you don't have any two gases. Any two gases may have, most of the gases have different molar masses. So, their rate of diffusion will be different. Rate of diffusion will be different. Yes, there are some gases of course which have same molar mass. Molar mass same, you will find some gases, they will diffuse at the same rate. Therefore, this is equal to T2 by T1. So, follow it. When we should write R1 by R2 equals to V1 by V2, when we should write R1 by R2 equals to V1 by V2, we can write for two gases which are diffusing at constant time. When we should write R1 by R2 equals to T2 by T1, when we should write this relation when the volume of the two gases are same, diffusing in different time. Same volume of two gases are diffusing in different times. You can apply this relation. R1 by R2 equals to T2 by T1, volume constant, V1 by V2 equals to R1 by R2, time constant. Remember it, when time is made constant, then V1 by V2 equals to R1 by R2. When volume is made constant, then T2 by T1 equals to R1 by R2. And further, if you go to that side, this is equal to square root of density of the second gas by density of the first gas. This is equal to square root of the density of the molar mass of the second gas by molar mass of the first gas. This is Graham's law of diffusion. More about it you will come to know from your book, and my suggestion is that you must solve some problems related to Graham's law of diffusion and effusion, and some problems related to Dalton's law of partial pressure. Next class we will go to kinetic theory. Of course, if possible, I will solve here one or two problems from these two laws. Okay boys, thank you.